Good evening, I'm Keisha Butts with the CTV News Update. Ghost guns are one step away from being illegal in Maryland. As we reported this week, state lawmakers have passed legislation to ban untraceable firearms, better known as ghost guns. The measure is now on Governor Larry Hogan's desk awaiting his signature. Gun safety advocates held a webinar this morning calling on Hogan to sign the measure.
They're used as a weapon of choice for violent criminals, domestic abusers, those who are banned by law from having guns, and most disturbingly now, they're easily accessible by kids.
It was really important that we came up with a bill that addressed the issues that we were seeing in jurisdictions big and small. And what we came up with was a plan to make sure that hobbyists still have a way to serialize their firearms or sell them. No one's going to be a criminal overnight, but also a way that we could stop this pipeline.
According to Everytown for Gun Safety, more than 12,000 ghost gun kits were shipped to Maryland between 2016 and 2019. Imagine getting pulled over for a broken taillight on your car. You're probably thinking now you have a citation to pay on top of the repair, but a new initiative aims to change that. Patricia Vallone tells us about the Lights On program and how one local police department is the first in the state to participate the novel concept.
When I see a tail light or a headlight that's out, I initiate a traffic stop.
Officer Cruz says traffic stops used to be routine in College Park. Generally, drivers were issued a citation with a fine if equipment was malfunctioning on the vehicle. But under a new program, things are handled a bit differently.
And at the end of the stop, I issue them a voucher like, hey, we have this program called Lights On where you can go and get your tail light or your headlight fixed. And the voucher's worth up to $250.
The program is called Lights On. It was initiated by a nonprofit in Minneapolis after the Philando Castile case, where police pulled over the driver for a non-working taillight, but the incident ended with Castile getting fatally shot by police.
Lights On program statistics show that, at least in Minneapolis, about a full, almost 1/3 of those people stopped are at low income or poverty level. We see the same thing here in Maryland. We have 50,000 people a day traversing through our campus on Baltimore Avenue. And contrary to popular belief, students are not rich, they're broke.
The program is simple. Instead of a citation for a broken headlight or taillight, drivers are given a voucher. They have 14 days to fix it at a nearby repair shop that is partnered with the Lights On program. The idea has quickly spread across the country. University of Maryland police are the first in the state to participate.
I've pulled over people from all races, and they've all equally expressed how happy they are and how grateful they are that the police department is doing this instead of issuing them a ticket, which would have cost them more money in the long run.
Instead of fear and so forth, we end up with a positive experience with somebody behind the wheel that may have never been pulled over by the police before. So it's a win-win for us.
From College Park, Patricia Vallone, CTV News.
There are currently 116 police departments nationwide participating in the initiative. Local departments put up half the funds and the Lights On program pays the other half. Locally, Cheverly and Tacoma Park are signed up to participate, and Greenbelt has also expressed interest. If you'd like more information on the initiative, log on to lightson.org. Well, two 16-year-old boys are behind bars tonight, charged as adults with murdering a 22-year-old man. The violent crime unfolded last Friday inside the mall at Prince George's in Hyattsville. It happened at around 6:30 at night. Killed was Daquan Dockery of the district, who was in a clothing store at the time. The teen suspects were picked up by police in D.C. yesterday morning. They await extradition to Prince George's County. President Biden is calling for major release of oil from the nation's strategic energy reserves. According to the White House, this will put an additional 1 million barrels of oil on the market per day for the next 6 months. Biden will also call on Congress to make oil companies pay fees on wells that haven't been used. The president's plan would address ongoing concerns about high gas prices. In tonight's COVID-19 news, health experts say the BA.2 variant of the coronavirus will likely become the dominant strand in our region over the next few weeks. That said, the latest numbers from the state currently show the metrics pointing in the right direction. State health officials have confirmed 421 new cases since yesterday. The positivity rate in Prince George's has eased to 1.38%. 2 Marylanders have died of COVID-19 since yesterday. 146 people remain hospitalized. You're watching CTV News. I'm Keisha Butts. Coming up, we continue our conversation with Betty Hewlett, the outgoing chair of the County Planning Board. Stay with us.
My grandfather was part of the study, Alec Ware, and Frank Cooper. Just get educated about what went on with the study.
It's just amazing how people still don't know. And now they're comparing it to the COVID-19. It's not a comparison.
Due to the fact that they wasn't given treatments, things have changed now. I've been a nurse since 1981. I just started wanting to do something to give back. After I found out what happened to my great-grandfathers.
And I made the decision that I was going to get the shot. That's the reason I'm doing it. I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it for my kids.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thanks for staying with us. Maryland could soon join 9 other states in offering statewide paid family and medical leave. The House passed the Senate version of a bill that would allow Marylanders to start receiving benefits in January 2025. The measure would offer residents 12 weeks of partially paid family leave each year to care for themselves after a serious health issue, and up to 24 weeks of paid leave for new parents. The amended Time to Care Act now goes back to the Senate Finance Committee for approval. The measure must reach Governor Larry Hogan's desk by Saturday in order to override a gubernatorial veto. Meantime, Maryland Chamber of Commerce is not happy with the family leave bill. The group says with inflation more than 8%, it's the wrong time to pass such a measure. Chamber CEO Mary Kane says, quote, "This costly leave mandate and new payroll tax will negatively impact Maryland's economy by further stressing our already taxed businesses." We continue our conversation with outgoing chair of the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Betty Hewlett. The native New Yorker came to Prince George's County following law school. The longtime fixture in county government was nominated to chair Park and Planning in 1995 and was reappointed in 2011. Hewlett was looking for work in D.C. when someone said to her her talents were needed in Prince George's.
I have to say it's just been an honor. And I feel like my trajectory was guided. I don't know that I would have had the wherewithal to arrive in Prince George's County, to arrive in this position without people who believed in me, without standing on the shoulders of other people who paved the way for me, without guiding my trajectory, and without the amazing men and women of the commission.
We wrap up our discussion with Hewlett tomorrow and talk with her about her future plans. The debate about legalizing marijuana in Maryland continues. The Senate Finance Committee approved SB 833 on Tuesday. The bill would make it legal for people 21 years and older to use and possess certain amounts of cannabis. Meantime, lawmakers are still considering House Bill 1, which would put the question of legalizing marijuana on the ballot. The grassroots group called Leaders of a Beautiful Struggle is backing the measures.
That we have to get law enforcement out of the habit of using, the odor of cannabis or possession of cannabis as the basis of doing the work on public safety, and focus their energies on more effective and smarter approaches to public safety. And so what this will do is this will diminish the ability for law enforcement to engage in the disproportionate interactions with Black and brown people in the state.
And still to come on CTV News tonight, it's Pro Day for the Maryland Terps. The story after the break.
Dear parents, can we take a time out from our crazy lives for a second and think about how awesome play is? This this thing we love to do just because it's fun, it's actually helping us grow in all kinds of ways. And the only trick is to mix up the ways we play, because different kinds of play gives us different kinds of skills. Help us mix up the ways we play. Okay, time in.
Welcome back. TSA announces that it will move to make its screenings more inclusive for transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming passengers. Over the next couple of months, TSA will roll out new gender-neutral screenings and technology. The agency will replace its gender-based advanced imaging technology units with more accurate machines. The new AIT scanners are expected to help reduce the number of passenger pat-downs. Also, applicants signing up for TSA PreCheck will soon be able to select X as a gender marker on their application. Tomorrow is the day historians and genealogists have long awaited, the release of the 1950 U.S. Census. The data will be released to the public on April 1st. The U.S. Census, which has been conducted every 10 years since 1790, gives us a snapshot of the population, where people lived, how many people were in a household, along with occupations and race, among other information. One of the questions on the 1950 census asked residents whether they owned a television set. The data collected regarding population are used to determine the number of seats each state has in the U.S. House of Representatives. By law, the census cannot be released to the public for 72 years for the 1950 census. For information on how to access the census for free, go to the address at the bottom of your screen. Well, if you love art, a new exhibit is heading outdoors at the Oxon Hill Manor. The new outdoor sculpture display is called Past and Present. Guests will learn about sculptors from the United States and around the world. The exhibit will be on the grounds of the Oxon Hill Manor beginning this Saturday, April 2nd. However, tours will only be available this Saturday and Thursday, June 23rd. Curator Sarah Tanguy will also be on hand to talk more about the display. For more information, call the number on your screen. Sports news: the NFL draft is about a month away, and several Terrapins hope to take their game to the next level. It was pro day at the University of Maryland yesterday. NFL scouts and coaches from 29 teams were on hand to watch 7 Terps go through drills. Now that their college playing days are over, the Terps hope to graduate to the NFL.
We've got some good players. We've got some guys that I think have the ability to play at the next level, at the highest level. Some of the guys have already performed at the Combine, but for the guys that didn't have that opportunity, this is their opportunity to showcase their skill set in front of 34 different scouts from different NFL teams here.
I got a chance to prove how good I was running routes, catching the ball, my ability to move. I'm not really sure what my 40 time was, but I hope, I showed them that I was faster than what they expected. I came in today with a lot of confidence, so, I just hope I displayed everything that I was feeling.
I feel like it's a dream come true, long time coming. Being a redshirt senior this year, I was looking forward to this day since I first came. It's always been a big goal for me, a milestone. I could have done better in a few of my drills, but they do like the way I move and the way I've been moving, like my footwork and a lot of the drills that I showed. So a good amount of teams show favor in me right now.
Just being in front of every single team out here and getting to, work so closely with the coaches and, just trying to, get to know people, past service level. So it's really cool again, work out with all the coaches, get to talk with them, get to laugh with them and stuff like that. All you need is one team to like you, so definitely can help a lot in my draft.
The NFL draft begins on April 28th. Well, let's get a quick check on our weather forecast. Tonight, rain and thunderstorms likely, lows near 49. Friday, breezy with a chance of showers, highs around 57. Saturday, sunny skies, highs again in the 50s. Sunday, mostly sunny with a chance of showers, highs around 61. And that wraps up our CTV News Update. I'm Keisha Butts. Have a good night.